Welcome to episode 6 of my GTNH playthrough. I'm recording this intro a few days after making the recording because I'm an absolute idiot and forgot to check that the mic was being recorded for the whole episode. As it turns out, this fail fits very well thematically with the rest of the episode, as you'll find out. Without further ado, let's take a tour of what's happened since the last episode. First up, I plumbed the coke oven's creosote output to the RC boiler because I got sick of running cells over. I'm sure I'll soon get sick of collecting wood for my bonsais too, but that is a problem for another day. Next, I'm finding more and more that food from quest rewards and loot bags isn't enough to keep hunger topped up, so I built a little kitchen. The sink isn't plumbed in yet, but I have a plan for that. I'm hoping this silverwood sapling will spawn a pure aura node when it grows, and if it does, it'll create a small, magical forest biome, in which I can assemble this railcraft water tank at 60% humidity. More than enough water to help make dough, salt, and a few other recipes in bulk. Alright, that's the tour done. Here is my to-do list for the episode. Oh, you sweet summer child. So the plan is to create a compartment from forestry which will give me a lot more space to store random shit next to my crafting station. To craft that, I need a forestry carpenter, and to craft one of those, I need a bunch of circuits. I didn't batch craft the last circuits I made because I was trying to get past that first tier of god-awful recipes as cheaply as possible. The recipes still aren't great, but it makes sense to make a small batch now to get us to the next recipe cost point. Spoiler alert. Multi-block alley smelter isn't going to happen. Let's get on with those circuits.
All this time I've been holding on so tight, 'cause all that I do was easy to use. So call my time.
Hooray! 16 circuits in the bank. Now let's check that carpenter recipe. Oh dear. It needs cupronickel. Cupronickel is an alloy of copper that I have a fuck ton of, and nickel that I have exactly 0 of, and no reliable source in the overworld. For nickel, we need to go to the Twilight Forest. And to go to the Twilight Forest, we need an assembling machine, which happens to need lost circuits. Good job we did that batch craft. Cue the montage. At least I remember to grab those quests, rather than letting NEI Autocraft blow through them again. And there we have the assembling machine. Relatively quick and easy because we front loaded the circuit craft. And a short time later, I have my portal generator, and it's time to adventure forth. After the important task of setting my portal waypoint and spotting the Naga arena, I need to take a moment to appreciate the weirdest Twilight Forest portal spawn I've ever had. We are literally up a tree. Back from a successful mining trip, I have a few stacks of nickel in the form of garnierite to process. I alloyed that with some copper and got on with making the carpenter. Okay, the footage here stops making a lot of sense. This is still a preview build of the pack, and it turns up with the setup I have here. If you try and look up the recipe of a compartment in NEI, there seems to be about a 50-50 chance that the game will freeze up, which is unfortunate because the compartments are a tiered recipe and you can build one and upgrade it, or there are also some direct recipes. I kept getting confused between the two and ended up with a bronze compartment which can't be upgraded to gold, which is what I wanted. However, turns out that the quest reward for crafting a bronze compartment is a choice where one of the choices is a gold compartment. So now I have two compartments. Okay, so I have a lot of Steam Age loot bags stacked up from quest rewards, and I thought, I have an assembler, so I can upgrade them to LV bags for a chance at better loot. I should have taken the hint from this abysmal magic bag reward. I mean, it's not a complete wash. Some of this is genuinely useful, but it's not really anything to write home about either. And here's a last look at the to-do list. We can now check off the storage and carpenter, but sadly, the multi-block alloy smelter will have to wait for next time. See you then!